man. This place is unbelievable.
It's not for the weak.
Jalen Brunson, born to play basketball.
It's going to be electric. Start to finish.
The defending champs in the world's most famous arena. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than this. And you know how I know? It's because Richard Jefferson insisted. No, he demanded not only that he join us for NBA Countdown, but that
What we twin it out? We dressed alike? Yes.
dressed like me.
What's up?
In case you forgot, Rich, that's Kendrick Perkins. This is Brian Windhurst. I'm Malika Andrews.
Hey, you didn't want to button that coat? You didn't want to do it? Was it too much?
You have never
Was it too much?
advocated in your life, Rich,
Yes.
for more buttons,
Yes,
but I
no,
appreciate you doing that
Hello,
here for
America.
this game. All right, now that we've established that, gentlemen, let's get straight to it, because the man that waits for no one, as good as Richard and I look, SGA.
Oh my
Hey.
God.
Pulling up to the Garden. Is that
This
one
had
piece?
its own bag. This had its own bag on this trip.
Just tell me they make that in the 5X.
They don't make
There's
anything
not
with
enough
5X.
material there. It's a good reason, though, that they're confident. OKC has been outscoring teams by over 11 points a game this season. Not only is that a league high, it's seventh best mark in NBA history.
LA swag.
But how about the New York Knicks here? Over the last 6 weeks, it's Jalen Brunson and New York that have been winning big, outscoring opponents by nearly 14 points a game. And when you take stock, we could be looking at this matchup being a potential finals preview here, because ESPN Analytics, they have this as the third most likely matchup come June. The Knicks have just under a 15% chance to meet the Thunder on the game's biggest stage in the NBA Finals. I don't know, Brian, are you a little surprised to see the Knicks projected that far down the list of teams to represent the East?
I am, and here's why. Because when you look at the Knicks and you look at what they've built over the last few years, they have spent so much money and so many draft picks to get a closer in Jalen Brunson, a double-double machine who can stretch the floor in Karl Anthony Towns, elite two-way wings, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, energy players, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson. This team is completely built to win it now, but as those numbers show, they are not a team that has demonstrated that we can trust them, and the numbers don't trust them either.
Well, I trust them. I trust them. If you'd asked me this 2 months ago, I would have said hell no, but I trust them right now, because when you're on a contender and you know you have a legit chance of winning a title, the message in the locker room is that come March, you want to be hitting your peak going into April. That's what this team is doing right now. They have been one of the better defensive teams. Karl Anthony Towns, I have to sing his praises. You know why? Because he is sacrificing. I know he hasn't scored it. He's on a hot streak right now, RJ, Wendy, and Malika, or a streak, should I say, for us not having 20 field goal attempts, but the word sacrifice come to mind. And when you think about champions and you think about your sacrifice, it's a quick story. We in Rome, 2008. KG says
He loves
the tone.
talking about this.
You damn right, because the star was born.
It's never
there.
a quick story.
That's the great thing about winning a championship. You can always bring up memories. And KG walked in training camp and he said, "Doc, run this offense through Paul and Ray. I'm gonna worry about the defensive side of things," knowing that he was the most talented on the squad. But it came a time in the playoffs, like it's going to come for Karl Anthony Towns, that he's going to have more FGA.
No, he's going to have more FGAs, because that's what we talk about. You have to have two dominant scorers, and he was in that position last year as a second dominant scorer, played outstanding. But Mike Brown, when we had an opportunity to talk to him early in the season, he said, look, Karl Anthony Towns is going to have the most difficult kind of transition. He's like, I'm trying to just give him a little bit at a time, because the 1 through 4 spot is very different than the 5 spot. And he wants him to be able to do all 5 spots. So that just took a little bit of time. And now you can see February, he shoots his highest in the season, shooting 39% from 3. He's starting to trend in like, okay, I feel more comfortable in the system and what we're doing, because they're going to need him to feel more comfortable, because he's got to be a high-level scorer as a second option on this team.
If they're going to make a run to where they think they can go, think about the bigs that they're going to have to go through. Look at what they got in Cleveland. Look at what they got in Detroit. What if he's got to play this team in the finals? Look at the bigs that they got here. Look at the bigs they have in San Antonio. Karl Towns, regardless of how many shots he is, he's going to have to deliver at the highest level against some of the best players in the league when the chips are down.
This is my thing. When you look at the champions over the years, you look at Jamal Murray, you look at Jokic, you look at Jason Tatum, you look at Jaylen Brown, you look at Steph, you look at Clay. In order to win a championship, you need to have two monsters. It could be a one guy, but you need to have a second monster. And if you look at Detroit, one of our biggest issues with Detroit, as great as they are, who is that second dude when Cade is struggling? You don't have the Jaylen Brown struggling. Jason Tatum got it. Jokic is stuck in. Jamal Murray has one of those moments. He needs to be their
That's why
second
you two
dude.
sit next to each other.
I'm always
I miss you so much. But look, he is the most important player on the Knicks as far as their success. He will have his moments. His biggest problem is when he get in his own head, right? When Karl Anthony Towns is engaged, he needs to understand that it's going to come a time because it's all about matchups in the postseason, right?
He's a matchup nightmare.
Well,
He's a matchup nightmare.
He's a matchup nightmare, and you can tell and even when he's not shooting the ball, the attention that he draws because of his ability to knock down the three, and when you talk about one of the best shooting bigs to ever play, look how wide open this three is to OG Anunoby. And then you look at this clip right here. Karl Anthony Towns again. He's so elite that you can run screen and rolls with him. He rejects it. He's one of the most talented bigs this game has ever saw. Now all of a sudden you see the defense, it draws in, and now he got the great vision and awareness. He throws a no look, and all of a sudden you get a wide open look. So it's not necessarily about him having FGAs all the time. It's about him being involved and feeling love in the offense.
How about zeros too? Because one thing that no one wants to talk about right now when you're in the thick of it, he's due a contract extension this summer. He's got 1 year left guaranteed after this year. This is when you extend somebody. You want him to finish on a high note because at some point this summer, it's going to be discussing money. And you earn your money in the postseason.
And they wanna give him the money though. But he's auditioning. You know the ties that he have. Him and when it comes to Leon Rose and Worldwide West, Karl Anthony Towns, they go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac.
Wow.
So they want to make sure he's successful in the Knicks uniform. They want to give him his letters. He's on the stage, though. He got to dance.
They're going to need him to be successful tonight in this game because without Mitchell Robinson, they're going to be depending even more on Karl Anthony Towns. And they're going to have their hands full, right, against the defending champs coming up in this one in OKC. They're looking to become the first repeat champs since the Warriors. That was in 2017-18. The Thunder, they started off red hot. They began the season 37-8, taking a 6.5 game lead in the West. But with injuries, they've slowed down since then. They've gone 11-7. However, SGA still playing at an elite level here. He's scoring at least 20 points in 123 straight games. That is 4 games shy of passing Wilt Chamberlain for the longest streak in NBA history. All right, well, the best kept secret in the galaxy, it's not just the suit, it also is the dominance of SGA. But the secret's out, and you're looking at something that goes far past those 123 games.
My thing is this. What Shea is doing is unheard of. To me, he's like Jokic as a guard. It's like after a while, you're like, wait, is this dude one of the greatest players of all time? Is he putting together one of the greatest straight stretches? He's averaged 30 points a game in 4 straight seasons. That puts you amongst elite category. There are very few people. You know how many people average 30 points a game in their career? Very few. Shaq did it 0 times. D-Wade, the monster, 1. Dominique Wilkins, 2 times. Kobe, 3. Shea has more than all of them. It is so impressive to watch what he's able to do. We need to take a moment. We just need to give some love, give some appreciation to what he's able to do. He's also insanely efficient. 30 points a game, 50%. He's not a chucker. He's efficient. He's getting into the paint. He shoots threes, but that's not his primary weapon. He's got 4 seasons of 30 points a game at 50% in his career.
Yeah.
Sis, that makes absolutely no sense because he's in there with trees. He's doing it. Durant, Curry, LeBron combined. Now, these are some of the most efficient monsters. We got 50, 40, 90 in this group. And you know what? They've only done it 3 times. He's doing all of these things. It's so impressive to watch him just continue to transition. And when you even go even higher, even more elite, what do? You got 4 straight seasons with 30 points a game at 50%. Now, do you know who else has done that? Michael Jordan. Do you know who else has done that? Wilt Chamberlain. When you're ever in the same category as Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, that is elite of elite. We need to start praising, watching. You don't even have to be a basketball fan to appreciate what this man is doing. He's putting himself in next level category. The streak that he's on, the 20-game streak, that's going to go down as one of the hardest things that you could ever do because it's the consistency that he brings it with.
And he says he just wants it to lead to winning. And that brings us now to our head-to-head. It's brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. All right, so let's start with the stars in the backcourt since Richard set this up so well. Who scores more tonight here, Wendy? SGA, as Richard just laid out, or Jalen Brunson?
Did you see what SGA was wearing coming into that game? You know that he had last night off? SGA.
SGA it is. All right, sticking with those two, Rich. More assists between Brunson and Shea.
Oh, I'm going to go Brunson because I think Karl Anthony Towns is going to, I think he's starting to feel the vibes. I think some of those assists are going to be easy with him.
As long as we're talking big man, we go to our big man. Kendrick Perkins, who's going to have more points, Chet Holmgren or Cat?
I feel like it's Chet is fiending like Jodeci to score over Training because he hasn't done it since the month of January. I got him going.
NBA Countdown, presented by Lilly.
So Giannis, he made his return on Monday. That's after he missed the last 15 games with that calf injury. It's his second of the season. The two-time MVP, he finished with 19 points, 11 rebounds, but it was a blowout loss here to the Boston Celtics. And with that loss, let's just take some stock here. Milwaukee, 4 games back here, Richard, of their opponent tonight, the Hawks, for the final spot in the play-in. And even if they get there, they would need to win 2 games to make it to the playoffs. But Giannis is back, and the Bucks are making it very, very clear that they want to compete for a playoff spot here. 22 games to go, Richard. Do you see that happening?
Look, you never put anything past Giannis.
No, never.
Giannis is that dude. My thing is this. We know where we are in the standings. We're realistic. It's like going and watch a Fast and Furious movie. You can go watch Fast 12. You're going to see a great movie. You're not winning any Oscars. If you're going to watch Giannis, you're going to see things that you have never seen before anytime you turn on to watch him. But are they realistically going to win an Oscar? Are they going to win Best Picture with this season? It's not happening. You should probably get to a space where you get a little bit later, rest, call it a day, and then get ready for next year.
All this is the Giannis Antetokounmpo farewell tour and a thank you to the fans of Milwaukee. That's all this is right here. This last stretch of games is Giannis saying, I'm going to go out and I'm going to put it all on the line and say thank you to the fans because Giannis is a champion, right? Giannis is a guy that know what it takes to win a championship. Giannis is a guy that know what it takes to get in the postseason and have success. He know what a roster needs to look like. It don't look like this. So listen, it doesn't look like this. Despite whatever Doc Rivers is selling in that locker room, because I done been there. Doc Rivers just sold me dreams. You know what I mean? It made me believe something was going to happen, and it didn't happen. I'm just talking about from a personal standpoint. So, again, I appreciate Giannis, and this is why so many former players love Giannis Antetokounmpo, because he never cheats the game.
Low-key must-win game tonight for the Bucks because of where they are in the
Don't
standings.
do that.
Low-key or high-key?
We cannot say must win for an 11 seed.
Oh, really? Well, if they are going to hope to make the playoffs, they better beat the team in front of you.
And here's a
I agree for that. If we're doing
Here's something else. And if you think Atlanta doesn't know about this, Atlanta needs to win tonight. You want to know why? Not because they're worried about the Bucks catching them.
They've been 500 in their career.
No, they get the Bucks. They get the Bucks pick.
That's important.
They get the Bucks pick. Whatever is higher, Atlanta gets either New Orleans pick or the Bucks pick. The Hornets or the Pelicans are winning games. They want to push the Bucks back to give the chances of the Bucks getting a higher pick. If you don't think that's not on the Hawks' mind tonight, I'm telling you that it is.
Well, the Bucks, they can win the season series against Atlanta if they win, and if that comes down to it when you're talking about that race for the play-in. But Bobby Portis said the other day, it feels weird as a team that knows about championships to talk about a race for the play-in here.
Yeah.
You know who knows about going for another championship? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He wouldn't have worn that coat otherwise. We're going to get you set for Knicks and OKC on the other side.